What's going on, guys? It's your boy GS, and welcome back to yet another Madden 13 online ranked match. And today we are using the Buffalo Bills, still using the Philadelphia Eagles playbook. Our opponent kind of hovered over the 49ers. Thankfully, he didn't go ahead and select them. I'm tired of playing that team. He goes ahead and selects the Redskins, who is a very, very good, underused team. I mean, I think they're one of the best teams in the game. And RG3, to me, is one of the best quarterbacks in Madden. So I know I got my workload is going to be tough. You know, there's a lot of things to worry about the Redskins. Great speed offensively, good corners. RG3 even have to worry about taking off. So, we got a lot to worry about on defense. Offensively, we're using T-JAX to go ahead and give us some speed with the quarterback in case we want to go ahead and use some QB draws. But I felt like the game plan is going to be good for a quarterback like T-JAX, who isn't that accurate over, a certain amount of yards. He's not the best thrower, throwing medium to long range. We fumble, but thankfully we end up recovering. But I felt like the 5-wide scheme is going to be good, because we're going to be able to catch a lot of drag routes. We got Spiller, we got Johnson, we got Graham. Spiller and Graham has great speed. We end up having Stevie Johnson over the middle for a touchdown. Look at Forrest Jackson throwing dots right there, making me look like an offensive genius. And we end up scoring, and we go up 7-0. And, we want to catch Graham, and we also want to catch Spiller in stride. We want to be able to catch them on quick drag routes and be able to have them utilize their speed, which is, good thing that the 5-wide has so many different routes in this playbook that I'm able to, utilize and be able to help me keep it short but gain lots of yards with the receivers. And right there we end up getting a fumble. Look at Mario Williams end up diving on the ball, getting us a fumble recovery and getting us great field position right here to go ahead and score an easy touchdown. We're only 20 some odd yards away. So right here, 2nd and 6, and we end up looking and we end up throwing it to Spiller. That's exactly what we want. We want to catch our speedy guys in stride to be able to give us multiple yards after catch. So that's why I think this playbook is good, and you have to restructure, your wide receiving core. I got Spiller out there, I got Graham. They're not the best receivers, but they're deadly when they catch the ball due to their speed. We're held to a field goal, but, we're excited about that. I mean, we'd rather have a touchdown, trust me, but, going up 2 possessions is always a good thing in the game of Madden, so, we'll gladly take that. So we're up 10-0, and our defense is back on the field, and we definitely got some ballers on defense, so hopefully they can go ahead and continue to make plays for us as they did the first possession. One thing you do have to worry about with the Redskins, obviously, is Garcon and Moss, the speed that they have. You got to be careful with the streaks. You got to be careful with the post. You got to be careful with anything deep that can get them the ball with yards to run ahead of them. So, you got to keep a close eye on them and try to adjust. That way you can stop them. And as I say, he ends up hitting me with a huge streak to somebody I wasn't even game planning for. I'm keeping an eye on Moss and Garcon. He ends up throwing a streak, to none of them. So he ends up scoring. And now I'm like, okay, I got to watch out for a streak just overall. So right now we're up 10-7, and we want to be able to maintain a 2-possession lead since we've already gained it. So again, you see T-JAX, I'm just looking for short routes, being able to catch my receivers in stride. Right here, we catch Spiller over towards the left, and we end up getting the first down. So my number one weapon here is obviously Stevie Johnson. He's the best receiver that I have. Besides him, I'm looking for Graham and Spiller because they're very quick. Right there, we throw over towards the left, and we catch Stevie Johnson for a first down. And that's all we want, quick, accurate throws from T-JAX and us being able to move the ball with our speed. So right there, we throw an absolute dot to Martin, and we end up scoring a touchdown. And, once in a while, T-JAX is surprised you with some real nice throws, and right there was one of them. So we go back up 2 possessions, and we are feeling wonderful about it. Again, there's that human glitch. You always got to be careful about kicking the banks, man, because he will break 12 tackles and return it for a touchdown twice in the same kickoff. So you got to be careful about him. So we're back on defense, and we just got to be worried about the streaks. The last thing I need is to be getting beat deep over the top and continuously having my cornerbacks burned by the streaks and him getting quick scores. So I got to keep an eye out on that. I got to make sure I have deep coverage at all times, and then I got to try and make sure I have short coverage as well to cover things like that. And right there, you see RG3 throwing over the middle, and he breaks like 9 tackles right here. That man is too strong. Somebody check that man's protein level. He shouldn't be breaking that many tackles. I mean, hopefully I have grown men on my team that should be able to bring him down, but unfortunately we don't. So now the pressure is back on us to go ahead and go up 2 possessions. As you see, we catch Stevie Johnson. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to dink and dunk our way down the field, but for the most part, it's being very effective. If you do it the right way, as long as I'm making the right reads, I'm able to move the ball very effectively using the 5 wideouts, and I've had no problems even with the worst quarterbacks. As long as I keep it, short, I got to play to my QB strengths. Right here on 4th and 2, again, this is the early stages of me using the scheme, so I'm going for it on 4th downs to give myself the most plays running it, and I guess you consider that a punt. We end up getting picked off, so now we give him a chance to go ahead and take the lead, and we need our defense to buckle down. He's been moving the ball very, very well. Outside of that fumble, he's been driving the field every single drive, so we'll take a field goal. Right there, he goes deep, and thankfully he was overthrown right there. So it's a huge 3rd down possession right here, and he ends up backing up, and he throws over towards it up for a screenplay. We had him in the backfield, but he breaks a tackle, and he ends up getting the 1st down, and I was very frustrated at that point because I had him in the backfield, but we end up just not making the tackle. Again, what's wrong with the Bills tackling? Right here, we got him to a 3rd and forever. So right here is a good chance to hold him to a field goal if we can. He goes over towards the left, but thankfully it's incomplete. I'm assuming that the Washington Redskins kicker cannot make this kick because he decided to not kick the field goal. That would have been, a 52, 53-yarder? So I don't know why he didn't go for it, but maybe he just doesn't have the legs or strength to make that kick. So nonetheless, we end up getting a stop, and then we go back to Stevie Johnson over the middle, and as you can see, T-JAX is putting in work. I'm able to catch the receivers I want in stride, and that's the most important thing with the non-accurate quarterback. Catch your receivers with the room so they can run after the catch and make plays for you, and so far that's exactly what I'm doing. Look at this, Stevie Johnson again with another touchdown. T-JAX is making me look like an offensive genius. So far we're doing really good on offense. Defense has came through when we needed them to. So we're up 2 possessions again, and that's the most important thing in Madden. That's what I need to feel comfortable in the game of Madden, because I know my defense isn't the best, but whenever I'm up 2 possessions, I feel like no matter what he does, even if he scores, no matter what happens, I'm getting the ball back with the lead. So it's up to my offense to continue to getting that 2 possession lead. And right there, I'm sorry, son, no soup for you, even though Wilson stole my user pick, but it doesn't matter. Nonetheless, it's an interception, and we'll go ahead and take that. So we are in a great position to go ahead and score another touchdown. We will take a field goal at this point, but trust me, we can taste the end zone, and that's what we want. So we're going to try our best to go ahead and get ourselves in the end zone, and I feel like that's going to give us an opportunity to put this game away if we're able to score here. 3rd down, we tried the screenplay, but it just gets shut down. So we're held to a field goal, but we'll take that. There's our free points due to a turnover, so we got 2 field goals, just free 6 points just due to turnovers. So we'll go ahead and we'll take that. So that puts us up 2 touchdowns, and we're feeling good about our chances to win this game. Even though defensively, we don't have the best defense in the world, but we feel like our offense is very, very good. And right there, he had him over, but thankfully he was overthrown. And we feel like we have a chance to win this game if we can stop him one more time and score. I feel like game is over at that point. Right here, he ends up just running out of bounds. 3rd down, we end up getting a sack, and then with 4 seconds left, 3 seconds, I'm sorry, he decides to go for it, and figure he'll just chuck up a Hail Mary, but he ends up getting sacked before he even throws the ball. So second half begins, and he does receive the ball, and he's shown that he can score in just 1 home run play. So that's obviously something we got to look out for. He can score very, very quick. So that's something we have to limit. If he's going to score, we need him to score on a long drive. We need him to kill some clock and work his way down the field. We can't afford to give up any quick 1-play home runs, because that right there doesn't help us. And right there, as I'm saying it happens. Somebody tried the super swat. It didn't work out, and he ends up running all the way for a touchdown. Now I feel like, damn, now the pressure's back on our offense, but that's what's good about having a 2-possession lead. I feel more comfortable about scoring a touchdown than I do about stopping somebody from scoring a touchdown. So, offensively, even if we kick a field goal, we good. All we need is any type of points to be able to maintain a 2-possession lead. And as you see, T-JAX is looking pretty good. I said he's looking pretty good. He's catching a lot of these receivers in stride, and, he's utilizing this playbook very, very well. Right here we have nobody open, but look at why. Look at that beautiful throw. Rarely do you get throws like that out of somebody with T-JAX accuracy, but whenever you do get it, whenever you do get that biblical throw, it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful thing, and it puts us in field goal range right here. That's exactly what we need to go ahead and go up 2 possessions. So right here, we're trying to get a touchdown, but we'll take a field goal because it still gives us 2 possessions. And right there, we throw quickly to Graham on the outpost, and we end up scoring a touchdown. Again, there's so many good routes in this 5-wide bunch that, I absolutely, I love it, and it caters to any type of quarterback. Certain plays can't be run with the quarterback who's not accurate, just due to the fact that if you try to precision pass, as he scores another home run touchdown, man. You want to talk about frustration? We got the speed to catch up. Come on, McLovin. Come on, McLovin. We don't get him. He ends up scoring another touchdown. Excuse me. So, I feel like the plays that they have in that playbook caters to any type of quarterback, whether it's Tom Brady or Tavares Jackson. They have good deep routes, but they also have a lot of good short routes that's going to be able to help any quarterback with any type of accuracy level out. I've ran this with Tebow. I've ran it with T-JAX. I've ran it with Terrell Pryor. I've ran it with the worst of the worst throwing the football. And for the most part, besides the times I have been trying to go deep, for the most part, I've been very accurate, keeping it in their short range. And I'm sorry about me clearing my throat. I think I'm getting sick. I don't know if you guys hear, but I feel like my throat's clogging up on me. Hopefully it's not. Let's try one. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm getting sick, but hopefully not. I can't get sick. I got biblical gameplays to provide for all of you guys who look forward to these videos. I can't let you guys down, so I can't afford to be sick. That's not biblical. So right now we're moving the ball again. In worst case scenario, again, we should be able to kick a field goal and maintain that 2-possession lead. So, we're deep in the fourth quarter. We're killing some clock. We're moving the ball. He's not stopping us. So he decides to quit. I don't know why. All he needed was a random turnover, something like that, but he decides to quit. He wasn't able to stop us whatsoever. We were very effective using a 5-wide scheme, using T-JAX and being able to keep it within his throwing level to be accurate. On the deep throws that we were able to get, that we were able to try anyways, he was very accurate. So nonetheless, T-JAX had an outstanding performance, and whenever you have an outstanding performance for somebody who's not too accurate, makes the game even more biblical. So that's the end of the game, guys. Like the video, but only do so if you were entertained. Follow me on Twitter if you're not already. I'm tweeting out games. It's your boy Jess. I'm out. Peace. Give it to me, baby.